What's going on, everybody? So Jack's been slacking a little bit. This video is going to hopefully cover some of that. We're going to get to some answers with Alistair. Alistair Phillips, the designer of the Spyderco Kapara. You guys submitted some questions for him to answer. I've got those back, so we're going to knock some of those out of the way. We're going to do our giveaway drawing, both of them. There's a secret giveaway in that video as well that a few of you guys entered, so we're going to do a drawing on that. And then I got a quick tag that I'm going to do a response to, so this will be just like a mashup of things that Jack's been slacking on. I'm in the middle of filming another review right now, but I wanted to take a step back from that so I could get this wrapped up for you guys. But yeah, let's get started. We're going to start with some questions, show the drawing, do a couple more questions, do a drawing, and then yeah, we'll do a tag and wrap this up for you guys. Hopefully not too long. So we're going to get started. The first question is going to come from Tony. Tony is the owner of the Spyderco Kapara, and he writes to Alistair, how did the hookup with Spyderco come about, and how long did it take from agreeing to make it to get it to the market, and do you have any other designs suited for collaboration? We'll roll in some Kapara footage as we're reading these to make it a little more visually interesting. So Alistair writes, Sal Glasser became interested in my knives after I posted some photos of one of my knives in a Spyderco forum. This was the slip joint that was the precursor to the redback model. He ordered one off of me, and I figured it was probably the most important knife I could ever make. Once I had it for him, I got some very favorable comments about it, and not long after that, Sal posted it in one of the Australian knife forums and asked if people would like to see a collaboration between Spyderco and Australian maker. And from that, it was clear that the Aussies would love it and that I would need a model with a lock. I took some of the feedback from Sal and others along with my own experience using slip joints to develop the redback compression lock. From there, it was around 2 years to bring it to the market. I'm always designing new knives, and I would like to try out things with most of them, but they don't get made due to the design not being physically possible for a folding knife to do. Aside from making redbacks and learning the CNC has been using up all of my knife making time. So pretty interesting on how that process worked. Hopefully that satisfies your curiosity, Tony. We'll do one more question and then we'll get to the first giveaway drawing. Next question is going to be from Bubba Peppers. Bubba writes, my question for Alistair would be, how much influence does the maker have on the blade and scale materials, pocket clip, etc. overall versus Spyderco doing what they just want to do? So Alistair replies, once Spyderco purchases the design rights, ultimately it is theirs to do what they want. As the designer, they send us samples and requests and get our thoughts on the designs and changes they have made. Some of it comes down to the availability of materials and difficulty of working with those materials whilst trying to stay within a reasonable price point for the knife. So there's a couple of the questions out of the way. Honestly, that one from Bubba was going to be something I was going to ask, but I changed mine when I saw his. So we'll get to some more questions here shortly. Let's throw in the giveaway for this little package right here, which was the Fullamov 18650S and the Mora Basic. So I'm going to roll in the drawing footage here, and as you can see, the lucky son of a gun is, yeah, Mr. David. The guy's on a hot streak right now. I actually tagged him in a giveaway on Instagram with a little like, hey man, you're pretty lucky. Son of a gun. You should get in on this. Something along those lines, because I know that he had actually already just won this giveaway because I did the drawing before I shot it. So congrats to David. Hit me up, man. I know you live in Michigan too. He's a fellow Michigander. All right, we're going to cover a couple more questions and then move on with the video. Next question is going to be from Blue Collar Survival. I love the ergonomics of the handle. It feels good in the hand. It looks like it feels good in the hand. Question for the designer is, any unique ideas coming up in the near future? And then Ozzy Rob 2 wrote something similar, so he kind of smashed these questions together. He said, are there any more collaborations planned with Spyderco? And he says these are kind of the same questions, so I'll answer them together. So there is a UK, Alistair's response is, there is a UK legal-sized version of the initial slip joint that Spyderco are looking at. Aside from that, I am looking into the feasibility of a mini Kapara with a compression lock and some new designs. So that one was really cool that he threw that in there, that they're looking into a possible how a mini Kapara would work with a compression lock and some design changes. So that one is really cool. I think that he would share that with us. That's something that might be coming down the line. So awesome for Alistair. Awesome for him for answering all these questions, by the way. So next question is going to be from Madman. My question to Alistair is, how the hell has he still not made a custom version of this yet? I expect that to be rectified at the next Melbourne Knife Show. ... And then he says, I hear you like Thunderstorm Kevlar. Smiley face. So they must know each other, or they must know of each other, because it sounds like a little bit of an inside thing. Then the question from Madman goes on, seriously, how long till he starts pumping out some mid-techs? I'm waiting on the thylacine model to drop, but be sure to bust his chops about it. It's the Aussie way, which is indeed true from my experience with talking to some other Australians. So Alistair answers, the thylacine is partially an older school design knife, no lock bar insert, no room for hardened bearing washers, etc. that really add to the knife. Probably looking at making a newer model rather than the thylacine. All right, so we will do the secret giveaway drawing. So what this was is at the end of the video, if you stayed all the way to the end, I left some instructions on how to get in on the secret giveaway. So what you had to do is you had to go back to my Full of Mauve light review and type in Nightlight, Nitelight. So here's the drawing. You're going to see me. I'm going to cycle through a couple of these people. I was just going to cycle through until I got one that had the correct thing that said Nightlight, and the winner of that ends up being Mr. Aaron. So Mr. Aaron, contact me. My email will be down below in the description, or you can find me on Instagram. I reply regularly to Instagram Messenger, so you can hit me up on that if you would like. Send me your information, and the prize for the secret giveaway comes to us courtesy of Gerald over at Outpost 76. He was nice enough to donate a prize, and that is going to be, I'll pop a picture of it up on the screen. Boom, Kershaw Cryo. That was really cool of him. He actually hit me up and said, hey man, I got this for the giveaway. And I was already planning on doing something, but I decided we'll make that the secret giveaway, and I'll work on the other giveaway for you guys a little bit later in the future. So Aaron, hit me up with your information, and we'll get that out to you. Gerald will be shipping that to you as soon as possible. All right, a couple more questions, and then a quick tag response, then we'll wrap this up. Next question comes from Sam Elbert. My question would be, why would he choose a 3.6-inch blade length versus a 3.5? Is it a conversion from a specific millimeter length? Working with a US-based company, I might have thought they would push for a slightly more US-friendly length in terms of carrying legality. Thanks, I love the knife either way. And Alistair's answer is kind of where I would have thought from a knife-making point of view he would go. So he replies, it was mostly the blade length that came out from fitting the compression lock into the handle. Okay, I guess I didn't know that. That's well outside of my knowledge, but it's this next part. I was under the impression that most knife laws were under 3-inch restrictions anyway, so I figured once it was above that, it really didn't matter. So he was just kind of trying to get, I think, the most knife for what he could on that frame. But I don't want to put words in his mouth, so we'll just go back to what he's actually said. So next question is mine, and I asked Alistair, if you could collaborate with any other designer, a well-known designer or not, who would that be? And besides the Kapara, which Spyderco model is your favorite? So for the first part of that, he says it changes all the time. At the moment, probably Snex, S-N-E-C-X. I'll pop that up on the screen. Someone I'm not familiar with. Snex and I really am liking his no-compromise approach with the new lock, and the innovation he has brought with his knives can be maintained without needing tools. His designs incorporate a lot of straight lines, whereas I like a few more curves, so blending the two approaches really can make a nice knife. So I'm actually doing research as I upload this video now to see who that is, because ill-prepared Jack didn't have anything. So maybe I'll pop one of his images up if I can find it of one of his knives on the screen. And the next part of the question, where I asked what his favorite Spyderco model was, he said, most of my knife collection is about owning knives with something a little different about them, something a unique maker has brought to the knife market, etc. So going with that, probably my Meerkat would be a favorite due to the Phantom lock. So, and then I say thanks again, and I wrapped up the email with that. So those are the questions that we got. If I missed any of your questions, I apologize. I tried to go through the comment and send them the ones that were fitting into, you know, the whole knife thing. But yeah, so there's Answers with Alistair's giveaway drawings, and I'm gonna just knock out a quick tag real quick, and that was by Mr. Woodland Tactical tagged me, and it was the Show Me Your Sack challenge. So I'm gonna dangle my sack right there in front of the camera. Get your head out of the gutters, guys. We don't play like that here at Jack Farm Boy. Yeah. But yeah, so this is my my Swiss Army knife. This is the Pioneer X, and it was my first one since being a child, and I absolutely love the thing. So we're going to show the quick tools real quick. You've got the pen knife, boom. You've got the awl, which is pretty handy. I've used it a few times. Coming up next, we've got the can opener. There you go. You've got the bottle opener and the flathead. And my favorite thing about this particular version is going to be the, boom, the scissors, which gives it its designation as the X. And Gerald, I know I still owe you one tag for my top 5 with the twist, and I'm really going to try to get that together for you, buddy. So a lot of responses, guys. Actually, that one really took off, so if you guys want to go take a look, I know a lot of guys are doing the top 5 with the twist, and they're pretty interesting, so you guys can go check those out. But yeah, so there's my sack. Those are Answers with Alistair's. That's the giveaway drawings. Like I said, I'm working on a review, try to get that out to you guys in the next week or so. So just really quickly, I do want to say, before I forget, special thanks to Alistair Phillips for taking the time to answer our questions. Special thanks to Gerald for taking the time to get us a little special giveaway prize. We greatly appreciate that over here at JFB. And just thanks for all you guys for watching and commenting on the video and entering the giveaways and just being pretty supportive. My feedback from you guys is always pretty good, so I greatly appreciate that. And yeah, that's it, guys. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you really soon. Catch you on the next one, which hopefully will be about a week or so. Thanks, guys.